Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, officials are considering ways to make a LaGrange road safer following a rash of bad accidents.
Plus, a special meeting with Governor Mills to discuss the recent storms and to prepare for future climate challenges.
And we'll also hear about an effort in Belfast to purchase the closed Hutchinson Center to give it some new life.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us. We'll have those stories along with a visit to a special goat farm where they're making soaps and other neat things.
Yeah.
Lots to tell you about today. We thank you for joining us. But first, we're going to start off with the weather. Kind of a quiet start to the day. Looks like we'll see some clouds as we head through the day. Later on, things will turn a little bit messy.
Yeah, overnight especially.
Yeah.
Let's check in with Devin Biggs for that full forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit for your new winter footwear? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. All righty, let's get into things this morning. We have advisories that are posted. This right here is a winter weather advisory that's posted across pretty much the entire state, running through 6 a.m. Thursday. This takes into account the snow chances coming up, and of course the chance for a little bit of a wind shear mix later on tonight. So I think our big focus will be tonight, as it will be kind of challenging to get around from time to time in some areas. But otherwise, though, we're watching some snow that's also starting to move in from the southwest, going to the north and east. We'll have less than an inch today, maybe a few spots up to a half an inch at best, and will not be a lot at all. But again, the focus will be later on tonight with that wind shear mix that will be moving in. Here's kind of the bigger picture right now as well. We're starting to see this moisture moving in from the south and west, going to the north and east. It's a pretty sizable system. We're just on the northern edge of the system, though. And again, some dry air intrusion may help to limit the snowfall today, but that wind shear mix will be on the way later on tonight. So that chance for snow does exist today. Otherwise, we'll have some clouds later on tonight. Here we are. That wind shear mix moves in and we'll gradually switch over to a little bit of rain throughout Thursday morning before Thursday afternoon. Perhaps some sunshine coming out too in a few spots. The winds won't be too bad today. Maybe a little bit of a breeze up to 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's all we'll see. The winds will be behaving themselves today and also in the parts of tomorrow. But your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, not looking too bad. The morning and afternoon period, I should say, showing clouds, temperatures in the teens and 20s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Capitol Police were called to the Cross Building in Augusta yesterday afternoon to respond to reports of a suspicious package. According to the Maine Department of Public Safety, at 4:20, police responded to a fourth-floor office after a white powdery substance was discovered in a piece of mail. The fourth floor was cleared, which reportedly did not impact the rest of the Cross Building or the State House. No one was injured, and the powder was field tested on site, with the results not raising any concerns from officials. 5 different city and state agencies responded to assist during this incident, which remains under investigation.
Meanwhile, a man from Portland is now facing charges for taking part in the 2021 insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. Michael Fournier was arrested on Monday. He's charged with knowingly entering or remaining in any restricted building or grounds, parading, demonstrating, or picketing at the Capitol building, and disorderly conduct. A few days after the riot at the Capitol, someone who knew Fournier reached out to the FBI to report that Fournier was there that day. They later helped identify him through surveillance photos. Fournier was charged in federal court in Washington, D.C.
A man from Clinton is facing drug charges following a search of his home. Police arrested 33-year-old Matthew Raymond earlier this month following a lengthy investigation. Officials say they had received a tip about illegal drug activity and searched his home on Battle Ridge Road for an unrelated hunting incident. During the search, they reportedly found evidence of a narcotics operation. After getting a search warrant, they reportedly found cocaine, fentanyl, methamphetamine, along with other evidence. Officials say Raymond managed to evade capture for several weeks, but was eventually captured this month and was arrested on a variety of charges.
Over the weekend, 2 separate vehicle fatalities occurred very close to one another, leaving area residents on edge. Officials are still investigating a deadly crash along the Medford Road in LaGrange that killed 1 person over the weekend. Our Grace Blanchard spoke with local residents who say the road has become a common area for crashes and they want some action.
It's not very well blocked on either side, and it's not very well signaled on either side.
The Medford Road in LaGrange is becoming too well known for vehicle crashes. In 2020, state police investigated a fatal rollover on the road that killed a 35-year-old woman. And the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office is actively investigating a fatal crash that occurred on Sunday after a vehicle veered off the road and overturned into Cold Stream, becoming fully submerged.
A very windy road with very terrible trail-building conditions. The road certainly plays one of the factors in this, so that's obviously parts of the investigation that we have to put together.
Several area residents say the road is poorly maintained, the speed limit is too high, and there are limited barriers between the road and the stream.
People drive by my house at least 50 on most given days, and right down a mile down the road is where everybody's crashing.
Local Cameron Zugelder lives down the road from where the crash took place. He says he hopes to see real change happen following this recent fatality.
I hope they at least put guardrails, because that's something that you need. They need to put something there. Slow the speed limit down or something.
The chairman of the town select board says the community is also reeling from another fatal crash off the Howland Road near the LaGrange line. And the board's condolences are with those impacted by these tragedies. The town select board is expected to meet Tuesday night to discuss the circumstances and see what can be done to prevent an incident like this from occurring again. In LaGrange, I'm Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A special meeting was held in Augusta on Tuesday to discuss the impacts of recent storms and what can be done to prepare for future ones. Our Augusta reporter, Corey Bichard, has the story.
In the wake of these recent storms and in anticipation of those to come, we have to have a serious conversation as a state about what we can all do to prepare for the impact of these weather events and climate change in general.
At the special meeting of the Maine Climate Council on Tuesday, members heard from those directly impacted by both the December wind and rainstorm and the January storm that impacted coastal communities. One of those was Kathleen Billings, the town manager for Stonington, who said their community wasn't prepared.
What we thought that we had planned for that sea level rise and the storms is not going to be adequate now. This is the thing that we're facing. Anything that we're doing, whether it's us or the state, it's not enough.
Hannah Pingree is the director of the Governor's Office of Policy, Innovation, and Future. She also co-chairs the Climate Council. She says these types of severe storms may be the new normal.
So the scientists have been telling us that climate changes that are here cause increased precipitation events. They can increase the powerful nature of storms. They're causing sea level to rise. And we know that every storm is not because of climate change, but the kinds of storms we've seen over the last month were made worse by climate change.
Part of that planning for the future includes implementing lessons learned during the severe storms and finding solutions to improve recovery and restoration efforts, including the essential asset of Maine's roads and bridges.
And when we have 100 closures, guess what can't happen? Power restoration. They can't get there. EMS can't get there. So it's really critical that the roads open or that we find detours or we figure out how to get people there.
Currently, Maine is in its third year of implementing the Maine Won't Wait climate plan. Council members are now charged with updating the plan to reflect Maine's current climate environment, which Pingree says is more important now than ever.
So we've done a lot in the last 3 years. We're proud of that work, but I think we've seen over the last month that work is important and it really needs to be accelerated.
In Augusta, I'm Corey Bichard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, anticipated cuts to federal funding will have a huge impact on crime victims here in Maine. That's according to the supporters of a bill that would help fill cuts that are expected to exceed current funding levels by 60%. Some of the services at risk include legal services for elder abuse victims, emergency housing for survivors of human trafficking, services for children who experience sexual abuse, and other supports for victims of violent crimes.
A $5 million cut in VOCA funding would be catastrophic for victims of crime in Maine. It would inevitably lead to additional stress. It would leave vulnerable individuals without the support they need in some of the darkest moments of their lives.
Victim Services helps tens of thousands of people in Maine each year. Supporters say without passage of LD 2084, Victim Services face drastic cuts next year.
Maine Republicans are voicing their opposition to a bill that seeks to restrict the expansion of natural gas in the state. LD 2077 is titled An Act Regarding Customer Costs and the Environmental and Health Effects of Natural Gas. The bill had a public hearing yesterday. People packed the committee room to testify for and against the bill, which seeks to do three things: limit the costs associated for new gas service mains and lines from being passed on to ratepayers, limit gas companies from expanding services, and require DHHS to study the health impacts and air quality impacts of using natural gas. Legislative Republicans argue Mainers should be allowed to use whatever heat source they choose.
This bill is about limiting choice. As I said last week, this bill seeks to limit the cheapest form of heat. That's according to the governor's energy office, and that's deplorable to me that Democrats in this state would seek to do that.
One of the second most important issue to voters is the price of oil and utilities. And why shouldn't it be in this state after what we've been through with electricity rates?
Republicans went on to say, while they do support transitioning to cleaner renewable energy in the future, the technology isn't currently set up to speed the transition away from fossil fuels like natural gas.
Well, the Committee on Housing held a public hearing Tuesday to take a look at the funding issues homeless shelters are experiencing. Some situations are so dire that shelters are faced with stopping some services or closing altogether. Committee members are taking a hard look at funding for services for overnight bed shelters, trying to find where more funds are needed in order to meet the needs of Maine's unhoused population.
Interestingly, the pandemic provided a lot of relief funds, right, to help service providers like the homeless shelters and healthcare respond to the emergency, to the pandemic. When that stopped, right, when those funds dried up, all of the sort of cracks in the system and the chronic underfunding of the system became really glaringly apparent.
Shelters like the Hope House here in Bangor, this money from state funding means everything. Without the help, doors will have to close. We'll continue to follow this committee as they look for answers to funding solutions for our homeless population in the state of Maine.
All right, the time now is 8:12. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, we'll visit a special farm in Jefferson where goat soap and other products are created to ease people's lives.
But first, another check of that forecast. A cloudy day ahead today before the messy weather arrives. We will see some snow developing as the day rolls along. The highs will be near 30 degrees. Rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow. A real winter party tonight with lows dropping down to around 25. Tomorrow, the wintry mix starts off the day, and then just clouds as the day rolls along with highs near 43.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
There are some things that work better together. Like your workplace benefits and retirement savings.
Presentation looks great.
Thanks. Voya provides tools that help you make the right investment and benefit choices so you can reach today's financial goals. That one. And look forward to a more confident future.
That is one dynamic duo. Voya. Well planned, well invested, well protected.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Hi, this is Jim with Lowry & Associates.
Some guy slid across the center line and hit my daughter. Is there any way you can come meet us at the hospital?
I can meet you at the hospital right now.
Lowry & Associates settled my daughter's case for $250,000.
She's the apple of his eye.
Ta-da! What do you think?
You look beautiful. And you're grounded.
She may be a tomboy.
You're so lucky you get to be in junior G.I. Joes. And you're lucky I don't want to get blood on my uniform.
But she's still Daddy's little girl.
Sit down, I want to talk to you for a minute.
This isn't a sex talk, is it? Because I already know more than I'd like to.
Learn all about Eve.
Am I supposed to understand what you mean by that?
Mm-hmm. On Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. If you're out riding your snowmobile on Herman Pond, you'll want to take notice that an obstacle in the middle of the pond has been barricaded by a concerned citizen. It's actually a dock complete with a diving board that is currently stuck in the ice, frozen in place. Evan Yasmentes lives across from the pond and says he took it upon himself to put poles around the dock so that no one gets injured. He is an avid snowmobile rider and says he wants to make sure that those out on Herman Pond will be able to easily see the dock either day or night.
Frozen ice, you expect it to be level and open, and especially at nighttime, it's a place you might be going a little faster than your visibility can allow. So I figured I should put something out there to kind of alert people that there might be something they need to pay attention to.
Yasmentes says he got the poles from the Penobscot Snowmobile Club in Herman. The pond is still open to everyone, but traveling across the pond is at your own risk.
Senator Chip Curry of Waldo has submitted a bill to transfer ownership of the vacant Hutchinson Center from the University of Maine to the city of Belfast. This comes after UMaine announced a potential sale or lease of the building. Our Doug Banks has the story.
It was over 20 years ago when the former MBNA CEO Charles Colley spent $12 million towards the creation of the Hutchinson Center. It served as UMaine's home in the Mid-Coast area and offered a variety of higher education opportunities.
I also worked at MBNA when this was built in 1999-2000 and given to the university by Charlie Colley and the company for $1 a year.
In 2024, the building lies vacant.
Some of the recent news of the University of Maine accepting all of these multi-million-dollar gifts for athletic centers has got me a little steamed when they can't take care of and nurture an entire campus in the city of Belfast that was given to them.
When the University of Maine announced its closure of the Hutchinson Center last year, a group of Belfast area residents formed what is called the Committee for the Future of the Hutchinson Center, with the goal of maintaining higher education resources for the Mid-Coast community.
There's enormous value in having education available here for people who live and work here.
Stein says the 13-person committee will make a bid if the center is up for sale. Nonprofits interested in hosting community events at the center have also reached out to the committee.
We also want to keep space for the intellectual and cultural life of the Mid-Coast.
For statements from Senator Curry and the University of Maine, visit our website, foxbangor.com. In Belfast, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, it's no secret that for many of us, animals have the power to heal. A woman from Jefferson not only benefited personally from those healing powers, she's also betting her business on them. Our Jody Hersey explains.
You're such a love.
Haunted goat
Amy
farm.
Foss has always had a soft spot for goats. So 3 years ago, she opened Healing Acres Farm in Jefferson.
Doing it under the
form of therapy for me.
broad
I wanted to be better.
definition
I
of
didn't want
macabre.
to be
So there's a
down
funeral
and
mus-
depressed and unhappy. I could go in there right now and hug them, and they would just stand there and let me do it.
Foss started her farm with 2 brother goats named Hank and Marvin, who helped boost her mental health. She later added 6 more goats to her herd and started using goat milk to make her own goat soap for her eczema.
I was buying it out of state, and I thought, why not give it a shot and make it my own? So I made my own, and it has cleared up my eczema.
Healing Acres Farm not only helped Foss improve her own life, it's also allowed her the opportunity to help others.
I probably have a total of at least 20 scents right now. Some are with fragrance oils, some are with essential oils. All depends on what somebody wants. I actually do a vegan option as well for my customers, and that was only a product of my son taking some to school.
Healing Acres Farm Soap is available in stores in Jefferson, Whitefield, Tennants Harbor, and Belfast. It's also in several inns in the state, including the Seaside Inn owned by Linda Bean, an heiress to the L.L. Bean Company.
As I'm getting older, that it is something that I'm conscious about, what I'm putting in my body or on my body.
Foss's soap and other products like lip balm can also be found on her website, healingacres-farm.com. In Jefferson, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
What a neat place, too. And she gets to hang out with cute little goats all day long, too.
Yeah.
So.
I've heard from people who keep goats as pets that they're just like dogs.
Yeah, yeah, with an attitude.
Right, right. Okay, well, the time now is 8:20. After the break, former President Donald Trump has won the New Hampshire primary.
We'll have the latest on that, plus your full weather forecast coming up after the break.
Excitement comes standard with the Honda Accord, and so does a turbocharged engine. Sophisticated, high-tech, style that enhances functionality. Stand out with the Honda Accord. From Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Contact your Honda dealer today or shop online.
Are your basement walls bowing, crumbling, or failing? Hi, I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basementy. Our Stable Lock wall system offers a patented, affordable, and permanent solution to save your foundation walls. It stabilizes, fills voids, and structurally repairs, leaving a new smooth surface. All the strength of new walls. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Clarity Cleaning Solutions, Engstrom's Auto Service, First National Bank, Healing Hands Massage, Jackson's Automotive, and Scott's Recreation.
When it comes to protecting the world's cuddliest creatures. Aren't you a little love muffin? Oh, jeez! Ow! You need animal control.
All units. Any units.
As soon as we're done here, we're going to go in there and take care of it.
Joel McHale.
We just got a 911 on a bear in a hot tub.
He looks so relaxed. Did he turn the jets on?
All new Animal Control returns this March on Fox. And catch up on Season 1 anytime on Hulu.
Former President Donald Trump easily won the New Hampshire primary, his second win after the Iowa caucuses. His long-standing competitor, Nikki Haley, says she's still in the race despite consistently polling behind Trump. Fox News correspondent Rebecca Castor has more from Nashua, New Hampshire.
It didn't take long for the race to be called, and Donald Trump coasts to another victory. But his rival Nikki Haley says she's not backing down. Donald Trump taking another victory lap. The former president celebrating his second win in just over a week.
This is a great, great state. You know, we won New Hampshire 3 times now. Three. We win it every time.
Nikki Haley fell short again, even with less competition after Florida's Ron DeSantis dropped out on Sunday.
Now, you've all heard the chatter among the political class. They're falling all over themselves, saying this race is over. This race is far from over. There are dozens of states left to go. And the next one is my sweet state of South Carolina.
Now the question is, will Haley stay in the race?
Well, I'm a fighter. And I'm scrappy. And now we're the last one standing next to Donald Trump. And today we got close to half of the vote.
On the Democrat side, President Joe Biden secured the win, even though his name wasn't on the ballot. That's because the DNC made South Carolina its first official primary. Trump is ready for the potential rematch. Next up is South Carolina, Nikki Haley's home state, but early polls still show her trailing former President Trump by double digits. In Nashua, New Hampshire, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
And in case you're keeping track, former President Trump ended up with 54.5% of the vote in New Hampshire yesterday. Nikki Haley picked up 43.2%. Pretty close race compared to what the polls have been showing in recent weeks. Of course, a lot of the candidates dropped out over the last couple of weeks, but still a certain percentage of the votes went to them as well. People like Chris Christie, because their name was already on the ballot. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that one progresses over the months ahead.
Still appears like a considerable lead.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, the time now is 8:24.
Let's get a full look at our weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit for your new winter footwear? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. Alrighty, let's get into things this morning. A winter weather advisory is posted. It immediately kicks in later on tonight, though it does not take into account the snowfall today. But later on tonight, a wintry mix looks to move in that can make travel a little bit tricky in a few areas. So we'll have some rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow opportunities that will be existing. But for now, we're watching clouds that are moving in from the south and west, going to the north and east. A few returns on the radar of maybe some snow. I'm sure there'll be some dry air to overcome before that snow starts reaching the ground in a few areas. But let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture, though. So again, a lot of precipitation on the map, though. We do have some showers and storms in the southern parts of the U.S., some rain in parts of Illinois. And of course, we're on the northern edge of the system right now, too, with that little bit of snow developing. And of course, we'll have waves of precipitation moving in, especially with that wintry mix coming up later on tonight. So futurecast moving forward, though, showing the clouds and the snow chances today. It won't be anything too major. Later on tonight, they'll be watching for that wintry mix moving in, a gradual switch over to rain as temperatures rise. By Thursday morning, things actually start to wrap up for a bit for that wave. And we may even get some sunshine going for the afternoon period. But then the clouds are back later on parts of Thursday night, though, with another round on the way for Friday. But otherwise, though, the snowfall coming up for today, nothing meaningful. You might get a little bit, that'll be about it. Again, it's later on tonight in the parts of Thursday where some spots could see up to an inch of snow before we're all finished up. So again, snow's not the biggest issue with the system, no. It'll definitely be a little bit of frozen precipitation too. So here's the Thursday round again. Thursday at 6 a.m. So we're kind of backtracking a bit. We're going to push that through, get the dry stretch here, and maybe some sunshine during the afternoon period. Clouds move back in Thursday night into parts of Friday. There's that next wave for a wintry mix. This is Friday afternoon, no, some snow and a little bit of a wintry mix as well. Rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow cannot be ruled out either. We'll push that through as we head towards early Saturday morning, and then we'll be finished up with that system. So a little bit of ice potential cannot be ruled out either, though, as we head towards Thursday. Not a lot at this point. I'm thinking of around 1/10 of an inch or less of ice. So still enough to make it slippery out there, but we'll keep you posted as we get closer to the system. But otherwise, though, lower 30s today, mostly cloudy, some snow showers on the way. That southeast wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. For tonight, middle 20s, rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow, with that south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow, lower 40s, that morning wintry mix, and for the afternoon, some clouds and sunshine mixed, with that northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's looking at extended forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes, with another chance for a wintry mix on Friday with highs in the mid-30s. We're dry Saturday, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 30s. Upper 30s again for your Sunday with a mostly cloudy sky.
Are plumbing problems giving you a headache? Look no further than Sprague's Plumbing Solutions. With more than 10 years' experience, Sprague's Plumbing Solutions has the knowledge to assist with your plumbing issues. Whether it's a service, remodel, new build, or commercial, we've got you covered. For reliable, professional plumbing services, call Sprague's Plumbing Solutions today for a free estimate. 951-1637. We're here to make your plumbing problems disappear.
Maine Commercial Solar offers a variety of services including solar systems design, sales, maintenance, and installation. Maine Commercial Solar can help you with existing or new systems. We offer packages for installation by others, or we can help you build your own solar array, smaller residential, or anything in between. Maine Commercial Solar is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions. We offer competitive pay, a 3% IRA match, vacation, holiday time, and a family-oriented environment. If interested, please call Jason at 848-7486.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter. Stakes are so high.
I have reached a decision. The winner at Hell's Kitchen is
Hell's Kitchen season finale, Thursday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Who thinks they've got what it takes to make it in the country?
I hope they're ready to get dirty.
I'm fish out of water. I'm vegan.
How would that work for the beef market?
Yeah. Oh.
The feds win in federal court, giving Border Control the right to remove dozens of miles of razor wire put up by the state of Texas. Fox News correspondent Dana Marie McNichol has more from Eagle Pass, Texas.
A Supreme Court ruling is giving the federal government more flexibility here at the southern border. The justices ruling Monday that Border Patrol can cut and remove about 30 miles of razor wire installed along the Rio Grande by the state of Texas, escalating a political battle between President Biden and Texas Governor Greg Abbott. The decision immediately condemned by most Republican lawmakers who say physical barriers are the best way to stop the flow of illegal migrant crossings.
We need to let Greg Abbott do his job, which is to put up the razor wire. I stand with Texas. We've got to secure this border.
And with those crossings at an all-time high, the Biden administration is putting a greater focus on border security, claiming the president wants to do more, but it's up to Congress to appropriate funding. At the same time, the White House is also pushing for big changes to the immigration system.
He's asking for more resources, and he wants to see additional resources, but also changes to policy to address what we've been seeing at the border.
Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle say they're close to a deal on a new bill that would include significant funds for border security, but it would also increase the number of migrants allowed to cross legally, a sticking point for some Republicans.
I'm not for just having 1.8 million people come across the border. I think there are national security problems with that.
Governor Greg Abbott and Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton say they will continue to fight in court to keep that razor wire up. In Eagle Pass, Dana Marie McNichol, Fox News.
A large gas explosion killed at least 6 people in Mongolia. A tanker truck carrying 60 tons of liquefied natural gas exploded after the tanker crashed into another vehicle. The ensuing fire set surrounding buildings ablaze, including a 12-story residential building. Emergency crews say 6 people, including 3 firefighters, lost their lives in the initial blast and in battling the flames. 11 others were injured. Mongolia's emergency management agency says more than 600 firefighters and 100 vehicles eventually put out the fire. 10 of the injured people were taken to a hospital with burns, and a child is also being treated for poisoning.
A magnitude 7.1 earthquake in China's western Xinjiang region killed at least 3 people and caused extensive damage in freezing weather on Tuesday. The quake rocked Aksu Prefecture near the border with Kyrgyzstan shortly after 2 a.m., according to the China Earthquake Network Center. About 1,000 rescue crew members were able to reach the area and help out by midday. By the evening, authorities reported 3 people had died and 5 were injured, 2 seriously. 47 houses collapsed, mostly in a remote area where the residents built the structures by hand. Newer public housing, recently built by the government, did not collapse.
Now, the Palestinian foreign minister took aim at Israel during a speech at the United Nations. Riyad al-Maliki addressed the Security Council during a meeting earlier on Tuesday, saying the Israeli military is indiscriminately targeting Palestinian civilians and is calling for a stop to the fighting.
For the leaders at the helm in Israel, the Palestinian people are a people too many. They deny their existence, their rights, their humanity, whether in Gaza, the West Bank, including East Jerusalem, or the Palestinian refugees or the Palestinian prisoners. They do not see our people as an empirical and political reality to coexist with, but as a demographic threat to get rid of through death, displacement, or subjugation. These are the choices they offer us: genocide, ethnic cleansing, or apartheid.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is vowing to press ahead with trying to crush Hamas, and Israeli officials say top leaders from the militant group might be operating from tunnels below Khan Yunis. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres continues to call for the immediate and unconditional release of hostages held in Gaza as the U.S. continues its calls for the protection of civilians and emergency personnel in Gaza.
Coming up on the second half of the newscast, it's too early to tell for most folks, but for those who celebrate, how much do you plan on spending on Valentine's Day? We'll hear the results of a poll that make clear people's expectations.
Plus, have you or anyone you know jumped on the Stanley Cup bandwagon? We'll hear about one woman who was arrested for her obsession with those special cups as Good Morning Maine continues.
Hyundai Palisade. Now, lease an all-wheel drive Hyundai Palisade for only $359 a month. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
My father started a roofing company in the 1970s.
Back when asbestos was still commonly used in Maine.
When George was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew there wasn't a cure yet, but we knew he needed help.
We called Joe Bornstein's office because this family means business.
Their team is handling everything, representing Mainers who were victims of asbestos exposure.
We highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Wednesday, January 24th, 2024. It's also National Compliment Day. You look fantastic today. You're doing a great job.
You do
You're
too.
reading well. I mean, boy.
You too.
Thank you.
We're having a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah, feeding off of each other a little bit. The power of a compliment can be pretty remarkable. Either giving or receiving one can boost your happiness and confidence and really turn your day around for the better. You never know when somebody could use a good compliment, and this special day encourages us to help spread a little positivity to those around us, especially if you're the type of person that's required to dish out criticism sometimes.
Right.
You should be peppering in compliments.
You should kind of find a balance there. Don't be the one that always picks on people and points out where they're failing.
Even if that's your job.
Yeah. Somebody might be having a bad day, too. It doesn't hurt to say, hey, great shoes, or something like that, you know?
I know. I love the way you've done your hair today.
Right. Yeah. You have to be careful about those things, how you do it. But,
I know. HR-approved compliments are really
there
best.
you go. There you go. Talk about the weather. I don't know. All right, let's get to some history. On this day in history, way back in 1848, James Marshall accidentally found gold flakes while building a sawmill with John Sutter in Coloma, California. Sutter's mill became famous after that. It touched off the California gold rush, and the subsequent influx of settlers led to California becoming the 31st state in the Union. They're also called the Golden State for a reason.
That makes sense.
Yeah. In 1899, Humphrey O'Sullivan received a patent for the first rubber shoe heel. They used leather before that. In 1935, the first canned beer went on sale in Virginia and won instant approval from customers. Kruger's Cream Ale received a 91% approval rating.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'd like to try some of that.
Yeah, right.
In 1940, The Grapes of Wrath, a film based on John Steinbeck's novel, was released in theaters around the nation.
I never had to read that one in school, but I did have to read Of Mice and Men.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I liked, that one, and it's quite a bit shorter, too, which is preferable.
He's quite the author.
Yeah.
We had to read both of those in high school.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, wicked smart guy. And in 1975, the world's first McDonald's drive-thru was opened in Arizona. Thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
In 1995, the prosecution gave its opening argument in the O.J. Simpson murder trial. In 2003, the Department of Homeland Security was created in the wake of the September 11th attacks. And in 2013, President Barack Obama announced the lifting of a ban on women serving in combat. In 2018, former U.S. Olympics doctor Larry Nassar was sentenced to 175 years in prison after being found guilty of molesting over 150 girls.
Just an incredible situation there. They had a little Netflix documentary on that one, too, and you learn about that and how it was allowed to continue for so long.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I'm going to say about that.
What a villain. That's evil.
It was a bad one. Some birthdays today. They include singer Neil Diamond, who is 83 years old. Ready? Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum. All right, we can thank him for that. Yeah, me too. Actress Miska Barton is 38, and actor Ed Helms from The Office is 50 years old as well.
Really?
A real funny dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Office is one of those that doesn't get old for me.
Yeah, I love The Office.
Yep.
I liked him in the Hangover movies. He's done a few other things.
Yep.
I loved him in The Office, but his character at the same time.
His character is awful.
He drove me crazy.
He's a nightmare.
Yeah, I would not want to work with that particular
person.
person.
But he's really good, too, because he can go from characters like that to the one in the Hangover movies, and those are quite different.
Yeah, that was great. All right, as far as the weather's concerned, looks kind of quiet to start the day. Cloudy day out there today, and we can expect things to get a little greasy later on when a little bit of snow falls.
Yep, be careful on those roads.
Yeah.
Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit for your new winter footwear? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. All righty, let's get into things this morning. We have advisories that are posted. This right here is a winter weather advisory that's posted across pretty much the entire state, running through 6 a.m. Thursday. This takes into account the snow chances coming up, and of course the chance for a little bit of a wind shear mix later on tonight. So I think our big focus will be tonight, as it will be kind of challenging to get around from time to time in some areas. But otherwise, though, we're watching some snow that's also starting to move in from the southwest, going to the north and east. We'll have less than an inch today, maybe a few spots up to a half an inch at best, and will not be a lot at all. But again, the focus will be later on tonight with that wind shear mix that will be moving in. Here's kind of the bigger picture right now as well. We're starting to see this moisture moving in for the south and west, going to the north and east. It's a pretty sizable system. We're just on the northern edge of the system, though. And again, some dry air intrusion may help to limit the snowfall today, but that wind shear mix will be on the way later on tonight. So that chance for snow does exist today. Otherwise, we'll have some clouds later on tonight. Here we are. That wind shear mix moves in, and we'll gradually switch over to a little bit of rain throughout Thursday morning before Thursday afternoon. Perhaps some sunshine coming out too in a few spots. The winds won't be too bad today. Maybe a little bit of a breeze up to 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's all we'll see. The winds will be behaving themselves today and also in the parts of tomorrow. But your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, not looking too bad. The morning and afternoon period, I should say, showing clouds, temperatures in the teens and 20s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Well, your Valentine's Day date may be expecting you to spend big bucks on them this year. A Trustpilot survey shows some Americans expect their significant other to spend an average of $157.52 on gifts this Valentine's Day. 21% of respondents in relationships say they also feel obligated to spend more than they can afford for the holiday. A separate survey from driveresearch.com shows the average Valentine's Day dinner costs $121 plus $33 for drinks. And yeah, that's a lot of money. But I think on the plus side, if you start thinking about it right now, and you know your significant other pretty well, I think you can be creative and think of an alternative that's not that pricey.
Maybe have a discussion with your significant other about how they feel about Valentine's Day. To some of them, it's very important, and they're maybe tend to be a little more materialistic. They like all that kind of stuff.
Which I get. That's
Other
okay.
people just want something that's more meaningful. It might be a nice dinner alone or whatever.
Right.
But, figure that out.
Right.
So,
a home-cooked meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll be home hanging out with my cat. So.
What is it? Is it a Tuesday this year? Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually on a Tuesday, isn't it? Something like that.
Right.
So, I'm
well,
good.
Your cat loves you very much.
I love my cat, too. Good little dude.
I'm right there with you. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, we're skipping Valentine's Day at my house this year.
No, I'll be buying myself some stuff.
Well, there you go. You go. Why not? I usually get my daughter something.
That's sweet.
Get him some
my
candy
dad's
or
like that
something,
too. That's sweet.
Yeah, my little sweeties. So.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Okay, moving right along. Tyler Cruz will have the latest with sports after the break.
Don't go away.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
There's some things that work better together, like your workplace benefits and retirement savings. Voya helps you choose the right amounts without over or under investing across all your benefits and savings options, so you can feel confident in your financial choices.
They really know how to put 2 and 2 together. Voya, well planned, well invested, well protected.
10 years from today, Lisa Schneider will become the undisputed leader of a ginormous pack of dogs. Rescue dogs, to be exact. A second act made possible by the career reskilling courses Lisa's already taking now with AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does, so she can finally run with the big dogs and the small dogs who just think they're big dogs. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Looking for big fitness energy this year? Join Planet Fitness. Now through January 31st, it's the last chance to save $5 a month when you join for 24 cents down and just $10 a month. Cancel anytime. That's a savings of $60 per year. Never intimidating. Always free fitness training. Equipment for every workout. Don't miss out. Join the judgment-free zone today and get energized for 24 cents down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, January 31st.
Christian McCaffrey has the Niners in the NFC Championship. Now, they'll take on Jared Goff and the Lions. The NFC Championship, Sunday on Fox.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We're going to start with some hockey here. Now 6th-ranked Maine hockey has the week off. They're back in action next Friday, looking to stay hot after a big weekend at the Alfond. It was a weird start for Maine in the new year. They won one and then came back to tie in a weekend series with Colgate to start 2024 before dropping their first game in a while at UConn the following weekend. But it was a completely different theme against UMass Lowell this past weekend. And head coach Ben Barr says he saw some of the best hockey his team has played in a long time.
I thought our game on Saturday was the best game we had played since UNH at home, which was a long time ago. It's not about, the wins and losses. It's about how you play. And, we've won some games where we haven't played very well, which is not a sustainable way towards the end of the year to keep playing. So I thought on Saturday night, to a man, we played hard. All aspects were solid, and that's how you win as the year goes on.
The Black Bears, like I said, are off this week. Before hitting the road, they're taking on 2 more Hockey East opponents next weekend. That all begins on Friday down in Boston at Northeastern University. At just 2-11 in Hockey East, the Huskies are in a little bit of a down year, but it's Hockey East. Barr says they can't go in lackadaisical because they are still playing a dangerous squad.
Just the same as UConn and Lowell. They're a good hockey team. They got a bunch of draft picks, we have to play the right way. We play the right way. Usually we'll put ourselves in a good position. If we don't, we'll lose. And that's going to be every game the rest of the way.
All right, we'll have more from them throughout the week. Let's go to the high school rink now. A big game at Penobscot Ice Arena on Tuesday where the top 2 teams in Class A North are going at it. It's the top-ranked Yarmouth-Freeport Clippers coming up to take on the Penobscot Pioneers. It was 4-3 Pios after the first, and here they come again. Jordan Williams to Delaney Carr. She's going to make a move. She shoots, and she scores. That makes it 5-3 Pioneers. But here come those Clippers. Sophie White, she's going to get some space here and fires, but Abby DeRozier flashing the leather with the glove save. Same score, Drea Rideout shoots. DeRozier can't corral it. It's a rush in front of the net. Avery Buchanan gets the goal. That makes it 5-4 now. The Clippers would add another in the second, so 5-5 in the last minute of the game. Clippers on the power play. Amanda Panciocco sends it in front. Celia Zinman deflects it in for the game winner with 52 seconds remaining. What a finish. Clippers win 6-5. All right, let's hit the hardwood now for some local hoops action. We'll start out with a doubleheader down at Hamden Academy. The Broncos are hosting the Witches from Brewer. All right, we're going to start out with the girls. They are the appetizer here. Hamden looking to avenge their season opening loss to Brewer. Second quarter, Broncos lead. Hamden's Caitlin Murphy, a nice bounce pass to a cutting Lucy Wiles, who gets the lay-in to go. Later, Brewers' Jillian Ford with it. She hands it off to Mariah Roberts. She gets to the hole for 2. 7-point game after 3. Broncos lead. To the fourth, Ford with a mid-range. That is no good, but Allie Flagg swoops in, cleans it up off the glass for 2, which is staying strong, but Hamden pulling away late. Here's Wiles out to Murphy on the wing. She's going to pull the 3, and she nails it. Hamden, that's their 3rd straight win. 38-24 is the final. All right, for the entree round, then came the boys. Hamden looking for their 10th win in a row here. We're going to pick this one up in the first quarter. Hamden's J.J. Wolfington out to Aiden Kotchendorfer for 4-3. That goes in, puts the Broncos on the board. Later on for Brewer, Owen Fullerton gets it to Kayan Philbrick for a 2. He's going to get a nice shooter's roll. That one is good. Still in the first, Brewers' Jake Perry quick give to Charlie Bridges from long range, and he drills it. That's going to give the Witches the lead. Hamden, though, a strong finish to the half. Second quarter, here's Zach McLaughlin with the slashing ability, cuts to the rack, gets it off the glass 4-2. Broncos go on to win it 59-46. All right, we'll go to another doubleheader. Husson hosting UMaine Presque Isle. We'll start out with the men's game. First half, Husson's Andre McCauley goes baseline, finds Jared Balzer, who throws it down on a couple of Owls. Later on, UMPI on the break. Miles Jones up to Danny Harris. Nice Euro step leading to the lay-in. Gets it past the blocker, too, right there. Nice move. Here's Husson's Jeremy Maranta out to Riles Neff. Off of the screen, pulls the deep 2 and drains it. Smooth stroke right there. Here's Aki McMichael from the Owls on the drive. Look at this spin move into the fadeaway. Nothing but net. Husson led at the half. Owls win 75-67. All right, time for the nightcap at Newman Gymnasium. It's the Husson women battling with the Owls. Eagles looking to bounce back after Monday's loss. First quarter, this one goes inside to Bailey Donovan here, and look how she gets swarmed by a bunch of Owls. Immediately kicks it out to Layla Martinez, who connects from 3. Later on, Eagles on the break here. McKaylin Porter has it. Nice Euro step. She can't hit, but Donovan is there for the putback. She had 17 and 17 on the night. Second quarter, Owls have it. Great ball movement here. That's going to be Lindsay Hamilton with a perfect backdoor cut. She finishes with the reverse. But the Eagles were everywhere. End of the half, Trinity Montigny gets it inside. She goes out to Roxanne Sassy. She pulls the 3 at the horn and nails it. Eagles win 65-48. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after this.
Give me one good reason why I should call the Twos.
How about 3 great reasons you should call us? 1, we make it easy. 2, it's fast. Read the results. Call the Twos. We win for you.
CEM DP Porter Contractors have been in business for more than 40 years. We have recently added an electrical division to further be of service to our loyal customers. CEM specializes in design build for commercial and residential projects. Whether you need help with older construction, new build-outs, or electrical services, CEM has you covered. CEM is currently hiring for all positions. We offer competitive pay as well as great benefits. To inquire about employment or construction, please reach out to 848-7486 or visit CEMmaine.com.
For those who don't have time to shop,
Okay, salmon,
Hannaford To Go offers expert shoppers from different departments
center cut portions.
who shop for you the way you'd shop for you.
Okay, ribeyes. Yep, that one.
And now, there's no fee on any pickup order over $125. Hannaford To Go. You click, we shop. It's that simple. Order today.
Name a place you love being naked.
Does Steve sing her a song? Get super shy. Pull out flowers.
Can't you look at me? No, ma'am. I don't want to make eye contact with you. Only reason I'm asking you this because it's on the card.
Steve, you would have asked me that in your younger days.
Family Feud, the only choice.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
Start with a bang. Mix in some superstar power and turn them loose. That's the Great American Race. The Daytona 500, February 18th. And don't miss the Clash February 4th on Fox.
Police arrest a woman accused of stealing dozens of Stanley Cups. Roseville, California police say last Wednesday, the 23-year-old woman filled her cart with more than 60 Stanley products at a local store and refused to pay for them when confronted by staff. Police say the Stanley Cups she stole are valued at $2,500. The popular product has gone viral over the last couple weeks, and as people go above and beyond to try to get their hands on them. She's charged with grand theft. And, you know, I saw somebody selling kind of a limited edition Stanley Cup on Facebook Marketplace recently, and I was thinking this could be a bad trap for, a young person who's looking for the specific Stanley Cup.
Could lose some money
Don't
on
go
it.
meeting people in a parking lot for a Stanley Cup.
Or bring somebody with you.
Or bring somebody
Yeah,
with
make
you
sure you
because
bring-
it just raised alarm bells in my mind.
I don't know. I don't get it. I am aware of the whole Stanley Cup thing, but what is it that makes them so special? They're just...
It's like Ugg boots.
It's the thing of the moment.
There's always a thing.
Yeah, it was Yetis. I love my Yeti.
Yeah.
But is it any different than what you'd buy at Target or something?
We could have a whole conversation about this.
All right. Materials.
Yeah, right.
All right. After a year of star-studded movies, Oscar season is finally here, and one star is calling out the Academy for not nominating his director and castmate. Ryan Gosling, who took on the role of Ken in the Barbie movie, was nominated for Best Supporting Actor on Tuesday. Despite feeling grateful, Gosling also shared his disappointment that the film's director, Greta Gerwig, and star Margot Robbie were not recognized for the Academy for their work on the film. Gosling says, quote, "There is no Ken without Barbie, and there is no Barbie movie without Greta Gerwig or Margot Robbie." Despite this, many fans are still celebrating his nomination along with that of America Ferrera, who received her first Oscar nomination in the Best Supporting Actress category. There you go.
All right, and labor union rates, in the U.S. dropped to a record low in 2023. Bureau of Labor Statistics data shows union membership rates fell to 10% last year, from what was an already record low of 10.1% in 2022. The decline comes despite high approval ratings and recent big wins for unions. 2023 saw labor strikes in various sectors, including Hollywood, UPS, healthcare, and auto workers. Some union members also saw wages and salary increases and overall better working conditions. The drop is likely due to additions in non-union jobs. Union membership has been on a decline since the 1970s.
I think a lot of companies aren't allowing unions in their facilities anymore, so maybe that might be part of it too.
Which we'll likely see more news about that in the coming months and years.
Yeah. In the meantime, another check of the forecast.
Yeah, once more for the day.
Your turn.
Oh, I'm reading.
You get to
okay,
read it.
okay.
Yeah.
Mostly cloudy today. We'll likely see some snow as the day goes on. More in the PM hours. High of 30 degrees today, so a little bit warmer than what we've been seeing. Rain, freezing rain, sleet and snow tonight with a high of 25. Perfect conditions for stuff like that. Tomorrow, even warmer than what we've been seeing. High of 43 degrees. AM, wintry mix. PM clouds. We'll be right back.
Probably a lot of melting going on.
I know.
Yeah.
Great Scott! This is Green Bear 420 in 2010. What kind of trip is this? I gotta get back to 2023. Wait, it's 2015. So much has changed. In 2023, we had a lot more glass, t-shirts, and novelties. It's gonna take a bolt of lightning to get me home. Finally, home at last. Now Green Bear 420, Green Bear Green Care is bigger and better than ever. To be continued.
If you think about it, hash browns are the French fries of breakfast.
Who says it's not French fries that are the hash browns of lunch and dinner?
That's also true.
Right now, you can get a savory, melty sausage burrito, crunchy hash browns, or these satisfying breakfast faves. Mix and match any two for just $3 at McDonald's.
There's some things that work better together, like your workplace benefits and retirement savings. Voya helps you choose the right amounts without over or under investing across all your benefits and savings options, so you can feel confident in your financial choices.
They really know how to put two and two together. Voya, well planned, well invested, well protected.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
This is Sheldon Cooper's theory of relativity. A is annoyance.
My man.
When was the last time you washed your hands?
Young Sheldon 5 times a week.
On Fox 22.
right, finally this morning, alligators chill out in a North Carolina park. Take a look at this. Frozen gators can be seen in Ocean Island Beach's Swamp Park, suspended with only their snouts sticking out of the surface. Experts say this is called brumation, or a type of hibernation for the reptiles. The alligators keep their eyelids closed and wake up from time to time to drink water and get some sun when it's warm enough. This video of brumating alligator was taken when temperatures in the park fell as low as 17 degrees there. Wow. I actually saw more of this video yesterday, and it's an area where they take like unwanted or problem nuisance alligators, and it's kind of like a sanctuary for them.
Alligators.
Yeah, nuisance alligators. Yeah. So that entire pond is just filled with like dozens of them, and all you can see is the little snout sticking up. Kind of neat.
I didn't know that they could survive in that type of weather. Looks like we're about out of time. Have a great day.
What she